You're listening to 182.3, Care What People Think.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Care What People Think podcast. I'm Ryan, and as always, I'm here with my co-host Will. I'm not going to let you say hi today. I know you were waiting for it.
I really was.
I know you
Damn
were. You were like, yes, it's my time. Nope, not today. But today we're actually going to be diving into the exciting world of traveling and experiencing new cultures, which as right now, I will be on my way back from Iceland from my 3-month trip in Europe, which is insane because this may or may not be pre-recorded 3 months ahead of time. And I have no clue how that trip is going to go. But yeah, I will be on my way back from Iceland on like a day or two before that. So yeah, but today we'll be sharing our own travel stories, tips on how to make it happen, and why it's so important as a part of personal growth. And as a tradition, which we always do, we kick things off with something we're proud of from the past week. So I was thinking a lot about who I was about 10, 15 years ago, which is a long time for us. That's about 3/4 of our life. But I have grown so much emotionally, physically, and even spiritually. And I would say that's like kind of cringy, but it's also like it's a really good thing though, because it would also be terrible if I was 5 foot and 130 pounds or whatever.
Size 4 shoe.
But no, I just like, I'm looking back at myself and who I was like even at the beginning of high school, which is kind of crazy now. It was like 9 years ago.
Yeah,
it was.
I don't accept it. High school was 9 years ago.
The beginning of high school. When
okay.
we were freshmen.
I thought you were
in high
saying
school.
graduating, and I'm like, this dude is like 3 years off. 4 years
Well,
off.
I am 28, but no, I'm kidding. But anyway, I was thinking about who I was in high school and who I wanted to become, and I really am just like proud of where I am and what I've accomplished. And even though I'm living with my parents, I have a good head on my shoulders and have a little bit more of a passion towards life. So yeah,
that's hilarious that you opened up with that, because one, that's awesome, but two, bro said we're gonna share with what we're proud of over the last week. So I look back on the last 15 years of my life, which I guess a week is included in those 15 years, but I just thought that was funny because I wasn't, it caught me off guard.
Let me clarify. So in the actual last week, I was just actually laying in my bed. It was like a shower thought moment, where you're just like, you're thinking back to shit. And I just thought about who I was as like a 10-year-old, if like not 15-year-old. And I was like, wait, I was kind of a weirdo. So
you were thinking about the times when we would stay up playing FIFA 16 for the first time, recording that video, which that is now 8 years ago, which is fucking crazy because that shit didn't feel that long. That didn't feel that long ago. But I get what you're saying. With all this growth, a big, I feel like, exhibitor. Shit, I'm too dumb to know the vocabulary. Something that makes it faster. Catalyst? No, that's a Kickstarter. I don't know. Something that definitely can make you grow is traveling. Traveling and being integrated with new cultures and just traveling the world, which I know you treat more as a priority than I do. Like bro literally will just save his money to then go spend it on being with friends and traveling, versus I will make money and be like, so I want to make a video about Legos, let me drop $200 on Legos. Versus Ryan's not out here doing that. So that was kind of that was, I mean, literally my first point is Ryan is king traveler. Because bro has I've only traveled outside the continent twice. I went to England in 2017 and 2005. I was like, or 2004. I was 4 or 5, and but then I haven't been to Canada. But then I think the only other country I've been to was Mexico, like 3 or 4 times, which is the most American fucking thing to say ever. But then inside the country, I've probably traveled to more places inside the U.S. than you, I think. You've traveled more often, but I think I've been to more states. It's not a contest or anything.
Definitely not.
What?
I've been to 46. So.
Bro has it calculated.
Yeah,
No, ain't no way.
No, I've been to basically everyone. I haven't been to Oregon. I haven't been to Alaska. I
You're
haven't
hold
been
on,
to.
hold on. Give me these. Give me
I
these.
haven't been to Oregon. I haven't been to Alaska. I haven't been to Michigan, and I haven't been to Rhode Island or something. But I've been to every other one. Not even kidding.
Okay, so that's crazy because I haven't been to Alaska or Hawaii, which makes me already almost lose. And then I haven't been to, I think, Louisiana. Actually, I think I've been through part of it. I haven't been through a lot of the East Coast. I haven't been to New York. I literally have only been to Pennsylvania and Massachusetts. Not New Hampshire, not Vermont, not Maine. Bro went to Maine a fucking week ago.
Yeah.
Man's ticked it off
I
his
went
bucket
through
list.
Vermont and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Connecticut and New York
Holy
and
shit.
Pennsylvania.
And Hawaii. Damn.
I've been to Hawaii 3 times, 3 times. Yeah.
What?
But either way, you were close, but it's not like a flex or anything, but
my point's irrelevant. So that's why Ryan is King Traveler. No, honestly.
No, but honestly, like when I knew you like 5-10 years ago, dude, you probably weren't in half of those places. Or even if you were, it was because of your family. But you've
that's
Mexico, even the UK, like that was pretty recent, I would say.
2017. Yeah, I was there for 2 weeks, so that was like a big trip for me, even though bro just at this point in time is finishing 3 months there. Flex.
It is a flex a little bit.
But no, I literally at this point, like, when you want to travel, do you go into like saving up money, knowing that, being like, I want to go to X location in 4 months, so I'm going to save every single dime I have right now? Is that kind of how you, like, how do you afford to save up for that?
Well, most of these trips I go on with like my friends, right? Like my friends that love to travel like the world, so they're just like they're in the exact same boat as me. So it's not normal, like it's not like an actual time that I'm saving up. It's more like it's gonna happen, so might as well just save up. And it's not probably gonna go towards a tangible object. It's gonna probably go towards travel. So I think of it as, when's the next adventure? That's what I'm saving up for. It's not, yeah, it's in 4 months from now, let me save up.
Well, is it more like, what are your spending habits, I guess, like day to day? Because someone could be like, I can't travel because, like, I'm trying to just get another perspective, because traveling is super great and a really great way to grow as a person, as you said in opening up. So I was just trying to get more of like the access to opportunity, how that can more.
Totally. I mean, I would have to say, like, I think my spending habits are normal for the most part, because I live with my family, so that gives me a huge cushion, if not buffer, like for rent expenses. And I never went into like into debt with college or anything, so that was like a huge gift, I'm not gonna lie.
What about like food though? I guess I'm talking like
I'm not, I don't save or anything. I just I buy what I need to do, because I also work so much that I mean, okay. I would say like the average person that travels a lot and has rent to pay and has a car payment and other stuff probably is a lot more not as relaxed, with their food payments or whatever. They're probably making a lot more food at home and stuff like that. But I would love to just basically like thank my family for that, and the fact that I've had this time to save. So I get what you're getting at, but I honestly don't save. So
damn, that's crazy.
But okay, I actually
just live with your parents.
Just live with your parents. Honestly, dude, it's like rent usually starts at like $600 a person. That's like bare minimum, right? And that just goes away if you live with your parents for a couple of years. I'm not saying it's good for the mental health by any means, but it's so good for the bank account. And if you really want to do stuff like travel or even just like put money towards a bigger cause, then it's not a bad thing just to like lay back and live with the parents for a bit, if you have a good relationship with them. I'm bringing it back a little bit, but I also thought these tangible things such as like nice cars or like nice whatever, what's a really nice thing that you could buy?
Gucci wallet.
Gucci flip-flops, dude. Gucci flip-flops. Gucci wallet or Gucci flip-flops, whatever they are. I thought those were so exciting, and like that was the ultimate gift when I was little. But I mean, they're obviously still super nice, but I would say these experiences of traveling are just something that you can't replace. And um, also, I talked about it, but with my friends, I've been doing these trips now for such a long time. I started with the Lake of the Ozarks when I was like 18. I went with 11 different, or I think it was like 9 different people. We went back 2 years in a row. So I was 18 and 19 at that time. Then I went to Utah and kind of split it up with Vegas when I was 20. Then we did a full on boys trip for Vegas and when we all turned 21.
That's
I went to
crazy.
Greece when I was 21, like 6 months later. And then I've been to Tulum and Colombia in this last year.
Bro is just
So
flexing on me.
I wasn't even flexing. I'm just saying, like, I put a lot of like money and time towards this, but also the people that I was with in all these trips are just something that you can't replace, and I'll never forget any of those times. So, yeah. Oh, I have a question for you. If money
Yeah.
wasn't a factor, Will, where the hell would
Yeah.
you go for 10 days?
That's a really good question. I'm trying to not classic Will overthink this. Just give you a direct answer. I'd probably say somewhere in Europe. Um, Mostly because I would want to see a soccer game like in Europe because that's just
Gotcha.
king shit. My brain kind of wants to go France because then I actually could put like my subtle, very limited amount of knowledge about French. Sadly, I've been taking French as a language since 6th grade, but I don't know nothing about it. And I would want to actually like be in the environment where I actually have to force myself to like learn more, even though probably people would be like, this dude doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I'm just going to respond to him in English. I'd want to like test my abilities in that regard. So probably yeah, I don't, France, maybe Greece. Greece would be fire. Greece
Yeah.
would be really fire, actually. Bro went to Greece. That was Greece.
I did. It was awesome. I went last year. It was insane. I went with 6 other people and we bounced around the islands and then ended up in Athens. And oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Food was amazing. The people were so nice. It was kind of like an off time. It was like in May before everyone was out there.
Okay.
So the weather wasn't like extremely hot either, which was kind of a blessing in disguise because we were like the only ones, like touristy wise, that were out on the streets and out at the
Oh, wow.
beaches and stuff. And it was really cool just to see the country kind of, yeah, just by yourself. It was awesome. So
I also have a question for you because I guess I was hinting at this a little bit ago, but what would you recommend? Not recommend. You've traveled a lot. You've invested a lot of time and a lot of money into like getting people to go travel with you, like in like your travel group, which obviously makes it a lot easier to like. Which I guess could be tip one if you're gonna travel. Travel is with as many people as you can because it'll make the cost per person lower. Well, not as many people as you can because you don't want to be traveling out here with 20 people. But my point is, what would you recommend to people that say they don't have the opportunity to travel in the time span they want? How do you prepare to where you're like, I want to go somewhere, I want to go travel, but I don't have the funds, I don't have the opportunity, like what?
yeah,
How would
honestly,
you?
I would say, like honestly, use your surroundings like as much as possible. Like so, whatever is closest to you. Maybe it's like a weekend. Maybe 2 hour drive from where you're at, and although it's not the most exciting place, like it's still it gets you like wanting to get out of your comfort zone and start doing these vacations that hopefully in if you save up for a couple of years if not months you can go on these like trips. And I'm wondering, like, it's like a second question, Will, but is this person like poor or just
That's crazy. I mean, they could be like financially like
restricted?
they could be financially restricted. They could be I mean, I guess another good question is a different one is what if you want to travel but you don't have anyone to travel with? That one I feel like I would align more with because you have more people that you have kind of like at the ready to go travel when you want. Like you have more of a travel group where you're like, hey, what about people thinking about going here? Versus me, since I live in California, I only know my girlfriend out here. I don't know anyone else here. So if I want to travel, I think your advice is really good though. Start small and make the destination as like
Attainable.
fun, and like you don't have to go to France. If you can fucking afford to go to France, then do it. But like Catalina Island is like I don't actually know how far away it is, but like you take a boat ride and you go there. It is kind of expensive, but like destination wise, it's not that far. So like I think that's good, making it the focus.
I would also say like, yeah, just like if you plan ahead a little bit and you really like work towards it and put aside a little bit of money a month, if you have the funds, then yeah, I mean, it might not be as short of a turnaround maybe as me or Will with like art. I don't know, but I'm just saying like there is always hope, and I really hope that people can travel as much as I do. I'm very fortunate with my lifestyle and everything that I've had handed to me, which I don't take for granted. But yeah, my advice is just like really to try your best when it comes to saving, and start small if that's what you have to do. So
that's good. That's also it's cool hearing, because out of the two of us, obviously I am really not well versed in traveling, mostly because I kind of struggle with the same thing my dad has, where like when I travel, 99% of the time when I'm traveling on vacation, my brain is like, but think of how much work you could be doing if you're not on vacation right now. So I end up thinking and worrying about work when I'm supposed to be relaxing. So sometimes it doesn't mix well. Obviously, my girlfriend is very good. She loves traveling, and so she's very good about being like, Will, we need a little detach right now, because if you worry about work while you're on vacation, you're wasting the time and money you spent to go on vacation, and two, you're already there. I guess if you've already bought the tickets and like travel and everything, but like you need to have that split, because that'd be like saying, oh well, if I didn't have to sleep, I could work so much more. If you don't sleep, your body will shut down. So it's important to rest. So that's something that I know I've been working on, and my girlfriend pushes me with that, which is good.
Well, and that's super good, I think, too, because I was going to ask you, do you regret any of those like experiences or like vacations that you've had in the last couple of years, even with your girlfriend?
Actually, yes. I only regret one, though. Basically, last year we ended up going, when I was first year dating my girlfriend. She's a salsa teacher, but also she's on a salsa team, and so they have salsa congresses through LA, Houston, Miami, or Houston, Orlando, and other places. But for last year, I went to the LA one because it was only an hour drive, and then we went to the Orlando one, which was awesome. That one was fun because it was basically the first time we got to travel kind of alone together. And then the Houston one, we went with other people. That one I did not need to go to at all, because we were only there for 3 days, and each day was filled with. So that's why I'm like, I regret it, because it was a waste of like $300 and I did not need to go. But it was also more based around like not relaxing. It was more of like a job traveling.
Yeah, see, that's rough. Okay, that's fair, but it also does make for a good story at the end of the day. I'm not saying it was like ideal by any means, but yeah, vacation has its ups and downs no matter what. I've found myself in some of the craziest circumstances and places when I'm traveling. Some good, some bad, but very memorable all around. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Levi losing his phone and
that's crazy
shit in Colombia.
He lost his phone in Colombia.
He lost his phone in Colombia. Your boy also got E. coli in Colombia.
And dysentery.
Yeah, because it was probably because of the.
Damn.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, and we just had to get rid of it. So, no, you know what? Actually, you know why I had the shits though? Probably was because of the plantains. I'm not even lying, bro.
Plantains are fire.
They are, but dude, my bowels with how many plantains I ingested did not help. I know I had E. coli, which you can't get rid of no matter what, but dude, the plantains going through me on top of that was insane. And also, another like crazy experience was just like this, like the difference in how the U.S. dollar amounts to like in these places, right? So those exchange rates, for example, in Greece, dude, I was getting 5-star restaurant food for like $5 to $10 every single night.
Bro.
And it was insane.
Wow.
Like, and I know that's really messed up, but to say as like a traveler, but at the same time, it's really crazy to see how economies are so different and how people like what their income looks like, and just it's insane. I will say those experiences are something I'll never forget. And also when I come back, right? So when I come back, I can share these experiences like with you and people at work or whoever I interact with. And I love also hearing about other people where they've been. I've been to multiple hostels throughout like the world. The last one I was at was in Colombia actually, and I met a dude from Hong Kong, one from
Damn.
Ireland, and then also a couple girls from the UK, which Will knows more about. But they told
Crazy.
it is crazy. No, but honestly, they told us like all these cool stories and like why to visit their countries and what they've been doing in like South America and around the Colombia area. And I was just, it's really inspiring. And I would also just like shout out to people that are just like, no, they're just, no, like honestly, like at hostels and stuff, they're just like super kind and just like love sharing like their experiences.
Okay.
And
I thought you were going to say
know.
shout out to people from a country. Shout out to you. I was about to be like, honestly though, type in the comment, like, or type in the, I guess, poll, not the poll, the Q&A to this episode, the flag of your country. Because I want to see, like, how many people we got Mr. Worldwide Pitbull out here.
Noah's going to Sweden right now. Noah's like, ooh, ooh.
Man's just became Morty.
I did.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. If you're gonna listen to one thing throughout it, just because you can't travel doesn't mean you're missing like every opportunity or you're not capable of doing big things. It just means you're poor.
Wow, that is insane.
I'm kidding. I had that as my first line, and now it's my outro. No, it's okay because I have this thing that I coined called the trampoline effect, and the more down you go, whether life throws curveballs, puts you down, you're going down. Life's not going great. It's because you're about to bounce up twice as high as you would have gone if you didn't go down. So again, jumping like on a trampoline, you go down.
I thought you were going to say what comes up has to go down, you know,
damn.
and I was like, wow, that's depressing.
No.
Once you travel, everything's downhill.
Yeah, because you see everywhere else and you realize our country sucks ass. But obviously it can be very expensive, so grind out now so you can go travel and live the life you want. And you know, who knows, maybe you'll see Ryan in Amsterdam on a Thursday afternoon. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to rate, that helps out massively. Listen on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. That next point doesn't even apply. Remember, care what people think, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week on 182.3.